When you're getting hired at a new job, there's many ways for your employer to decide how to pay you. Some popular ways are the hourly wage, which means if they choose to pay you by hourly wage, you could be getting paid $12 an hour. If you work 10 hours over the span of a few days, you're getting paid $120 for the amount of work that you just worked. There is also the salary, which is determined by your employer, and they are going to determine how much money you're going to get in the amount of time you get paid. Many popular ways are for you to get paid either once a month or every 2 to 3 months. In 1963, there was the Equal Pay Act, and that was when they decided that the pay gap needed to be closed and that there should be no pay gap existing, whether that be between gender, age, race, anything like that. And specifically, women have been fighting for the gender pay gap to be closed for a very long time. They've been fighting for generations and years after years. And today, in 2020, there is still a gender pay gap, especially in professional sports. According to Adelphi University, they have published an article, and with the help of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they have stated that the average woman only earns about 81% of what the average male earns. And in the legal profession, the discrepancy is about 64%, whereas in the art and entertainment industry, it is about 91%. Adelphi University has also published a table that shows the average 2019 compensation for female and male professional athletes. So, in the male professional basketball player was $8.3 million, whereas the female professional basketball player was about $75,000. A professional male golf player was about $1.2 million, whereas the professional female golf player was about $50,000. The professional male soccer player was about $410,000, whereas the professional female soccer player was about $35,000. A professional baseball player earned about $4.1 million, whereas softball player was about $60,000. And the professional male tennis player is about $335,000, and the professional female tennis player was about $285,000. The difference between male and female professional athletes in these sports, basketball, golf, soccer, baseball, and tennis, can be a 15 to 100% difference of income. And according to Swaddle, the American U.S. women's soccer team have won 4 Olympic gold medals, whereas the male soccer team have won 0. And the women's soccer team have won 3 World Cups, whereas the male soccer team have won also 0. Yet, the women's soccer team are only earning about 1/3 the amount of money that the male soccer team is earning. And in 2010, Tiger Woods was ranked number 1 highest paid male professional athlete and was earning 124% more than the 2010 highest paid female athlete. In 2019, not much had changed. The highest ranked professional male player was earning 125% more than the highest professional female athlete. So in 2010, the highest paid male athlete was getting $105 million, whereas the professional highest paid female player was getting $24.5 million. That is almost a $80 million difference. And in 2019, the highest paid male athlete was getting $127 million, and the highest paid female athlete was getting $29.2 million. That is almost a $100 million difference between the highest male and female athlete. In this article, they stated the top 5 male and female athletes getting paid, and the difference between the top female athlete and the lowest, as in the 5th ranked male highest, is a $60 million difference. There was a $60 million difference between the highest paid female athlete and the 5th ranked highest paid male athlete. In the 2019-2020 basketball season, Stephen Curry was on track to earn about $40 million for his salary, whereas the women's WNBA player, highest ranked, was going to be getting $127,500 for her salary. That is almost a $200 or 200% difference between the two. According to Swaddle, they have stated that a large difference of income is because of income that's coming in, and that's because the men's teams have a larger watch party. So that means that there's more tickets being sold, there's more merchandise being sold, there's more TV ads being put out, and then there's more TV coverage for the male sports. But that makes you wonder how much effort they're actually putting in to advertise women professional sports. If I'm being honest, don't think I've ever seen a women's professional athlete sport being advertised. Even when watching the NBA, they have never advertised the WNBA. And according to the Forbes, they have stated on March 25th, the NCAA tweeted, "When you find out there's no March Madness games until Thursday." And the Seattle Storm's forward Brianna Stewart replied, "Sounds about right, coming from a page that's posted nothing about the women's tournament. How can we get respect from others if the NCAA doesn't even respect us? There were 8 games that weren't even advertised by you." This just makes you see that even the NCAA isn't advertising the women's sports, and they're complaining about not seeing men's sports. When they could easily advertise like they did, they could just tweet saying, "There is a women's game happening right now, go watch it." So, as you can see, women are not getting paid nearly enough as compared to male professional sports. They're doing the same exact sport, which means same job. They're putting the same amount of work in, which means they should get equal pay. Thank you.